Patreon Q&A, Melissa. You should know that because your hair's down and it looks fucking terrible. So we'll just pull that back. Hello! I don't know how to start this because I'm like, do I say everybody? Well, I guess hello everybody. How are you all? Welcome to what is our second Patreon only video. If you have not seen or did not watch my first Patreon only video, I have now deleted that. I left it up for, what, a month or 6 weeks, around that amount of time. I did say I was going to delete it at some point, and I decided that the other day was the day, just because of some things that were going on in my personal life, and I was like, someone could sign up to Patreon under an alias and I don't want them to watch that video. It's a long story. Anyway, today is going to be my Patreon only Q&A, which means it's only you guys that sent in questions. I'm not going to do an extra long video. I actually have another appointment this afternoon, and so I thought I would just, like, whilst I had my makeup on, I just filmed this. You may or may not, it might or might not be up yet. I thought I would just do it while I look presentable. I have to leave at 4 and right now it is about 3:30. And so I'm going to answer some of the questions. Most of them I think I answer, and I also have an illicit bad confession to make at the end of this video. It's not that I broke my no.2, it's probably something a lot worse, and some of you might hate me, but I'm going to confess it to you guys first because I think you're the most understanding and nice in terms of like supporting me, so hopefully you won't mind. And with that, let's jump into my second ever Patreon on the video. I think we've got some good questions, and I think the first question I've got is incredible, and I actually did not see this question before, so I'm going to start off with this one. So this one's from Heather, and she says, when you see large influencers like James Charles, Jeffree Star, Manny MUA, Jaclyn Hill, etc., do you aspire to be like them with millions and millions of subscribers, or does the drama that seems to come with such a large following put you off? I'm not gonna lie to you, obviously I would love millions and millions of subscribers. It would be the best thing ever, because then YouTube would be my full-time job. I would be able to live off my earnings probably, well, no, very comfortably. If I had millions and millions, let's be real, very comfortably. I would have a horse at that point. But I don't know, there's a part of me that loves how small my channel is in terms of like, I feel like I connect with so many different people, and like we DM all the time or email, or do you know what I mean? And I reply to every single comment, and it's so nice and it feels really cozy. And I worry about the day when I'm like, oh my goodness, I've got too many comments, like I can't possibly reply to them all. And I always want to be someone that answers people back when they speak to me, even if it's just a written speaking. So but I mean, majority of me, the overriding part is like, get that subscriber count up so you don't have to worry about going back to work when your back is better. Do you know what I mean? Not that I'm gonna get 1 million in a few months, but would be nice. Nina Fox, what is your most favourite look you've ever created, and what was your first high-end makeup palette that you bought? Hope your back's easing off a bit. Thank you. Pain will not piss off, but I'm walking around a little better, like I'm pottering around better, and my physio said she saw an improvement in my back in terms of my posture, but yeah, the pain will not piss off. So what's my favorite look I've ever created? Oh, probably this one here that I'm going to flash up on screen. And I'm still gutted that when I tried to recreate it for a video that I did such a dog's dinner of it, because I love that look. I don't know why, it was so simple, kind of simple, and I just loved the colour scheme and how everything came out. I thought it was really good. And my first high-end makeup palette I ever bought, oh, I don't know. I think my first high-end palette was the Urban Decay Naked 3. I'm pretty sure it was that. I mean, I bought it years after it came out, or like ages after it came out, but I think that was potentially my first high-end purchase. Or Urban Decay Moon Dust. One of the two, I think. Sam Sherwood says, what's your least favourite eyeshadow palette that you've ever tried? Ooh, I'll have gotten rid of it by now. What did I think was pants? I think my biggest disappointment was Naked Cherry. Least favourite colour scheme in a high-end palette was Alien. I don't know. I'm not sure actually. Because if I really hated something, I probably would have given it away ages ago. So, I don't know. I can't remember. Melissa Nelson, good name Melissa, says, how many years have you and Hamish been married? 3 years on July the 2nd. Just passed. I think we had a McDonald's in bed. Romance. Sarah Connor, who was your icon growing up? Was there anyone who inspired you to be the person you are today? It's really funny, when I read that comment, like the first thing that came to my head was, like when we were growing up, we weren't allowed to have like idols, you know how like you to idolize like Britney Spears and all that. Like we weren't allowed to do that because it was a highly religious household and you're not allowed to idolize anything because that's bad. But my icon growing up was Britney Spears. I loved her so much. I loved her so much. And in that film, what film was she in? Coyote Ugly? Can't fight the moonlight deep in the dark, you surrender your heart. Anyway, no, I was wrong. She was in Crossroads, but yeah, I loved her. I am sorry. I'm nervously clicking this because I'm like, wow, my answers are so boring. Harley Quinn, if you could only use makeup from one brand from now on, which brand would it be? Oh, Makeup Revolution, not gonna lie. I destroy some of their products in my reviews, but I love so many and I know I could do, like my base today cost, like foundation and powder cost £83. I think more than that. And I could do this with Makeup Revolution, let's be real. I could put conceal and define on easily and look this good I am with being a foundation right now. Amanda Jane Coates, what's the first thing you would buy when your no-buy finishes? Okay, I knew the answer to this. Sorry about the noise outside. I knew the answer to this immediately. It was a full-size Benefit Cookie highlighter because I will undoubtedly have hit pan on my cookie that I've got on my palette by the end of the year. Please, come on. However, someone has bought that for me and is sending that to me, or I don't know if they bought it or well, she works at Benefit and she's sending it to me as part of her, like, I guess you're allowed like an allowance, a makeup allowance, and she's like, I'm getting you a full-size Benefit cookie, and I was like, okay, thank you. There's nothing out there right now that I'm like, oh my goodness, I need that. I was going to say then potentially the new Kathleen Lights Colourpop palette, the So Jaded palette, is that what it's called? Yeah, So Jaded, but it really randomly arrived on my doorstep today. I have stopped my ambassadorship with Colourpop because I think that they're taking the piss out of micro-influencers. However, they still keep sending me stuff. I'm not going to tell them that they're making an error because I like getting Colourpop makeup in the post, but I don't like having to work for them for free. So yeah, it arrived today, so I thought that maybe. But yeah, I've not been looking online or like adding things to my basket. I'm like, oh, I really want that. Hamish is playing a video game. So yeah, I don't know, unless something like launches later on in the year and I'm like, oh my lord, like apparently Jeffree Star is going to release a new palette. I mean, I'm probably going to buy it though, even though I'm on a no-buy, because that kind of thing is so good for my channel in terms of like video views and then turning that into, you know, making more money on my channel, which is obviously important. So for that kind of thing, I break my no-buy, by the way, just so you know. I think I did say for like extreme cases, I would break the no-buy. Oh, so Chelsea, oh, I'm gonna butcher this. Van de Pitte? Oh, I love your surname, but I don't know how to pronounce it, Chelsea. I'm really sorry. Question, would you go cruelty-free? This one, I was like, I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna answer that question because that, I know it's a really touchy subject for some people, for a lot of people. For others it's not, but I know it's like it's one of those topics. My answer is no. Would I consider it in the future? Possibly, but my answer right now is no. I don't prioritize that, and I know I'm probably gonna lose patrons because I've said that, but everyone knows I'm not cruelty free by watching my channel, if you know what I mean, because I use MAC and I use other, I don't know what brands are cruelty free and what aren't, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I couldn't name you 10 cruelty free brands. I know Makeup Revolution is, which is good considering that's the only brand I can use for the rest of my life. But for the time being, no. It could change. It could definitely change. I like animals. I love horses to the depths of my soul, and I would own them if I had enough money. But apart from that, I don't really love animals. Like, I'm not an animal kind of gal. I will pat a nice dog in the street if it doesn't look like it'll bite me. And I do love cats. I really want a cat to keep me company while I'm housebound. But realistically, I'm not like a massive animal fan, and I know that's not the only reason you would go cruelty free. It's because animals should not be hurt for makeup. And I agree to an extent that, say a brand brought out a new lipstick and they are cruelty free, so they test it, I assume, on humans to check that it's safe, and then that human died because it wasn't safe. I would rather 10 rabbits died instead of a human, because I think human life is more precious. But that is because of the very religious way I was brought up. We were brought up, you know, meat eaters. Animals are put on earth as companions, but also as food. That is my upbringing. Again, that could change in the future, but yeah, I'm not gonna go vegan though. My goodness, my goodness. I like steak and McDonald's burgers. Melanie Larkin, I know I asked this on the earlier thread, but a genuine question. Would you consider doing a masterclass or a meet and greet? I think I know you're going to say you are not good enough, but you are. Well, you're too kind. I cannot do makeup on other people. I can, but to a very low standard. Like, I can't do anything crazy on other people. I do really soft looks on other people and I'm like, wow, you're so beautiful. But I can't do like crazy looks on other people. So no, I would never do a masterclass. I would only ever do that if I professionally trained, which I would love to do at some point, just to know more about makeup and application and hygiene and all that. A meet and greet, I don't know. No, because I'm just Melissa. I'm just a normal person. So I just feel like, no, why would anyone want to meet me? I've been thinking about potentially, well, Hamish was mentioning it after a really lovely girl was talking about it on Instagram, about like a 50k meet and greet, but it wouldn't be a meet and greet, it would just be like, hey, I'm gonna be at 99 Hanover Street on the 18th of October, and if you want to come and have a drink, come and have a drink. But I am the most awkward person in the world around new people. If that was happening, I would pre-drink about 2 bottles of wine so that I would have a chat, because I am very awkward. I am very uncomfortable in crowds. I'm a turtle. I like being at home in my pajamas. Oh, I'm gonna butcher this name. Ryam Adgel. I'm hopefully having the names on screen. Do you see yourself just doing makeup videos, or would you venture into clothing hauls or something? I have done a few clothing hauls in the past. The problem is my back. I can't do clothing. I would love to do clothing hauls, especially because I'm on a no buy for makeup. I find that I'm buying more clothes, which is great because I really don't own that many clothes. Like every month I'll buy like a couple of new tops. Like I really like this one from Misguided, I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know, it's just like the new season thing on it. But I can't try clothes on, and I don't like clothing hauls where you just hold it up and you're like, look at this, because you don't see it on. But yeah, I'll go back to doing clothing hauls once my back's better. But if it was anything not fashion and beauty, I would start a different channel. Like say I got a horse, I would 100% do like horse videos, but it would be on a second channel, like Missa and Horse or something. Do you know what I mean? Like I hate YouTubers that started off doing like makeup and are now doing like gardening or home and interior decorating or where I buy my plants. I'm like, I want to see you review a new palette, not tell me about your potted plants. No offense. Tanya Turner, I know it's personal. I love your name, Tanya Turner. It makes me think Tina Turner, and then I sing Tina Turner in my head every time I see your name, and I love you for that. I know it's personal, but was wondering how your back burns are now from the hot water bottle. It looked so sore. Is it better now? My back is completely healed skin-wise. Like, I've got no open wounds or anything. Right, I'm gonna put some pictures up on screen for those that didn't see. Warning, skip to this timestamp here. Melissa, remember to put a timestamp in if you don't want to see gross photos. I'm going to put in a few photos of what my back was like and when I started using hot water bottles excessively, and I mean 40 a day, and I mean rubber against my back, no cover on it, no clothing on my back, just rubber on my back. Wow, gross times. However, hot water bottles, I've gone back to them with covers on. You will be happy to know, because not loving my TENS machine and painkillers are not working. But now this is what my back looks like now. It still looks, worse in photos. I don't know why, it like picks up worse in photos, and the doctor said that's probably never going to disappear, and certainly the scars won't disappear, even if what's called granny's tartan does. Love the definition, granny's tartan. I think that's so cool. But sorry, it's way better now skin wise, but yeah, it looks still pretty gross. But I've never been a big bikini wearer, so I don't really mind. I like one-piece swimsuits. Laura Gardner, what did you do after school, and do you wish you'd done anything different? I went to university. I studied at Glasgow Cali University, and I studied fashion and business. Great at the business side of things. Failed the fashion. Yeah, couldn't sew. To save my life, was really bad on the sewing machines, and I was also really awkward, partied way too much. So would you do anything different? I would have applied myself harder, and I would have learnt to sew, and I would have not partied so much. We went out every night. Oh my goodness, the amount. I did very bad things at university for about a year, and then I dropped out because I was like, this is not me, and I don't want to be like this anymore. Yeah, I just wish I'd applied myself harder, not partied so much. But coming from a super strict religious household where like you weren't allowed to watch TV on Sundays unless it was songs of praise, and on Sundays like you couldn't play board games or anything unless they were Christian board games. Like, how do you do that? We had to play Scrabble. The only one we were allowed to play was Scrabble, and you had to make like biblical words out of it. That is what I'm talking about. So I went nuts when I got dropped off. Like the day my parents dropped me off at university, set up my room and all that, said our goodbyes, you know, said I'd see them at the weekend. I, in about 2 hours, had drunk like a pint of vodka with my other flatmate that had moved in, and we went out partying and other things. Men. Met a few men. Not that night, over the course of a year. But do you know what I mean? Like, I don't regret it. It was fun. It gave me some life experience. Right, I'm gonna have to leave it there for now. It is now 4:03, so I need to leave, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being Patreons. You guys, you know, I mean, I hope you know how much it means to me, especially like the ridiculous amount of support after I put up my video that I'm taking a break. Like, that blew me away, and yeah, that was nuts. And I just appreciate it so much. We're almost ready for another giveaway, like another milestone giveaway. That's like how crazy it's been. But like, people signing up to Patreon and then messaging me saying I'd like spend this on a food shop. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, why are you, like, I don't understand why. I honestly, I sit here and I'm like, imposter syndrome, just imposter in general. Like, why? But thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed me answering some of your questions. probably didn't. It was probably quite boring, but there we go. Better when I'm drunk, but I can't drink right now, obviously, because I have very bad reactions to alcohol on my meds. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't have to give it a thumbs up, don't have to do any of that, because it's only Patreons only, so that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Shut up, Melissa. So my confession that I spoke about at the beginning, gonna give it a soft opening on with my Patreons. Some of you might un-Patreon me for this as well, but I want you to know that just before I announced taking my break, I'm so nervous, I got Botox in my forehead, and I know so many of you are going to be cheesed off at me, but I mean, I have to tell the truth, I have to be honest about it, because when it fully kicks in, you're going to be like, Melissa, where'd your forehead wrinkles go? And it started to kick in. I can't really frown, and I only kind of have movement of this eyebrow, like proper movement, but I can still raise them up. Yeah, it's not fully kicked in, but it's why the tail end of this one is the only thing that actually like really moves. I want you to know I've put more than 2 years thought into this decision. It wears off. If I don't like the effects, it will wear off. I am not going to get my lips done or my jawline or cheek filler or anything like that. I just wanted to get rid of, as much as possible, my forehead lines, because it's the thing that I am the most self-conscious about. If I get rid of my forehead lines, I can put up unedited pictures on Instagram. Like, I know I can put up pictures with my forehead lines, but it is just the personal thing to me that I'm very self-conscious about, and I'm really sorry if you're mad at me or disappointed in me, but I did put a lot of thought into it. I wouldn't have done it lightly, and I will show you before and after when I get it. It's not been enough time yet. It takes, what, 2 weeks to properly work, so I'll show you that when I have that. But yeah, I just want to be honest with you. I got Botox in my forehead, and I'm really sorry if you're mad at me, so I'm gonna go now so that you can't tell me off. Okay, bye, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being a Patreon. Please don't leave me because I got Botox. Bye.